Hey YouTube, Shuki and Shinobi here with a review of the Transformers Generations Deluxe class, Autobot DRIFT. DRIFT is a comic exclusive character created by IDW and Hasbro, obviously. I wasn't going to get him because he's going to get repainted into Blurr, and I actually have respect for Blurr, so I wasn't going to pick this one up, but I don't know, looking at the back, he's all samurai, super cool, awesome, and I'm like, okay, I'll get you. I dig samurais. So, hopefully eventually I'll read something that has drift in it, so I can appreciate the character, even though from what I heard it's hard to appreciate drift. So anyway, Autobot DRIFT Deluxe class. Hub Network sticker, Autobot DRIFT, Autobot obviously. God. I'll go through the details there later. There's some cool writing on the sword here. Fun stuff like that. Back here we've got Drift and Robot mode looking actually pretty cool. I mean, if his character's a giant dick, that's okay. At least the robot looks neat. And his sports car mode that can obviously drift, and then dual swords and whatever. Autobot DRIFT used to fight for Megatron and was known as one of the most terrible warriors ever to stalk the face of Cybertron. Something happened that changed him, bringing home all of the horror he inflicted. Since then, he has hunted the Decepticons from one end of the galaxy to the other, bringing his own brand of justice to the evil robots. Good for him. Retribution. Yeah! So, he's intermediate, apparently. So, let's go ahead and get him opened and take a look. Okay, so here we have Drift in vehicle mode. This is how he's packaged, so that's how I'm starting. He's just kind of a generic sports car. According to ZTF Wiki, is a mix of a Nissan Silvia S15 and a Mitsubishi FTO. So, yeah, car people, you know what that is. I don't know. He's a sports car to me. I don't know cars. So, anyway, he's got the kanji for samurai right here, so he and Daigoyo can go hang out together, and then his sword fits back here. There isn't, I mean, it's an obvious robot back here, but it's not, like, horribly kibbly, but, it's not bad by any means. The car mode looks pretty nice if you can get it to fit together well. This is actually probably the best I've ever had it, and there's still, I mean, some problems here. But, really, overall, it's a nice car mode. It rolls well. I don't have any sort of balancing issues. It looks cool. And, it definitely reminds me of something you would see out of, Initial D and stuff like that. So, my only complaint with the car mode is not the fact that it's panelly, but this is painted back here. I would have loved for this to be clear plastic like the other three windows are. But, just a very minor complaint. So, anyway, to transform this guy, it's actually not too difficult. Pull out the sword. Let's take a quick look at that, actually, before we begin. Just wants to focus on the sword, please. Ta-da! There's some kanji on the sword here. That's the kanji for heaven. Anyway, it says Tenka Muso, which is peerless under heaven. You Shinkenger fans should know that phrase well. So it's really cool that that's embedded onto his sword, and it's actually embedded really nice too. So I do love the sword. That's actually my favorite aspect of Drift, really. As I said earlier, I really wasn't planning on getting Drift, but, I don't know, he caught my eye. I have a thing for samurai-themed guys, and, I don't know. He caught my eye. So anyway, a little bit of history while I transform him. I'm not the kind of guy that wants to say, do this, flip this around. Yeah, just watch me. Drift was, according to the comic continuity, which is the only one he has right now, he was the Decepticon General Dreadlock, second in command to Turmoil, I believe, and he decided that that wasn't the thing for him. He didn't like that at all. So he somehow took up Japanese indie racing and decided he wanted to drift around, and he became Drift. I like the name Drift overall only because he did drift from the Decepticon cause and joined the Autobots, and he's a samurai drifter, and I don't know, there's a lot of different nuances you can pick up on his name. So I find that to be pretty cool myself. Probably can't see half of what I'm doing because my hand's covering it. But that's okay. Bring up the chest. Lock it in place. I'm pretty sure that's pegged in. Yeah. And basically, he's done. Fold these however you like. They're just kind of like the samurai shin guard. Not shin guards. Thigh guards. I have trouble standing him properly only because his foot is just a giant panel, basically. And his shoulders do get in the way a lot. But, other than that, he's fairly posable. He's really neat. And, I don't really have too many flaws with this guy. You can get some dynamic poses. Like, you can do, like, one of my standardized figure arts poses. His head is on a swivel and a turn. So it's not on a ball joint, but between the swivel and the 360 rotation, you can get as many head poses as you would on a character with a ball jointed head. Let's put that in his hand and something really cool like that. So basically articulation, like I said, the swivel, the rotation, shoulders on a ball joint, double swivel on the elbow here. Hand is on a ball joint as well. Thighs are on a ball joint. Single swivel on the knee here, and then some ankle due to transformation. And then the side panels are on a ball joint as well. For other weapons, he does have these twin, like, big cleavers. So he can hold those too. This guy's going to get repainted and remolded into Blurr. So I'm probably going to have Blurr have the two giant cleavers and then just pose him with the samurai sword. So, overall, he's definitely a cool purchase. Even if you don't like Drift in the comics or have absolutely no idea who Drift is, he's definitely a cool mold, and if you're a fan of samurai-related things, you'll really get a kick out of Drift and his robot mode. But for those of you that are just kind of mold completists, I don't see the harm in waiting until Blurr is released if you have no actual liking or desire to own the comic character Drift. So, those are my thoughts. I put that in backwards. Really cool. I dig him. I like him. He's probably one of my favorite Transformers of recent times. Just because he's a samurai themed. You know how much I liked Bludgeon. This guy can be Bludgeon's little mini enemy. So anyway, highly recommended, and you can check out a photo gallery at flickr.com/photos/ShukinShinobi, and of course check out the blog at shukinshinobi.wordpress.com for all the latest news, updates, and release dates. And if you're a Tokusatsu fan, you can check out Riders, Rangers, and Rambles, our podcast at ridersrangersandrambles.com, and you can subscribe to that via the RSS feed or iTunes. So take care and have a great one.